MyPlanet.tv and PlanetInfowars.com. The truth will set them free.
I'm David Hall, founder of Diamond Gusset, where we are proud of our 100% grown and sewn American-made jeans. Whether you're out for dinner, working on the farm, or on the road, Diamond Gusset Jeans offers a full spectrum of style and sizes for any occasion. Our loyal customers enable us to continue sponsoring Liberty Media outlets. Use promo code FREEDOM to receive a 15% discount at gusset.com. In Liberty, David Hall, Diamond Gusset Jean Company.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Defending the Republic from enemies, foreign and domestic. It's Alex Jones.
All right, final segment on this Sunday worldwide broadcast. Tomorrow we'll be back. We'll be breaking down the latest with Russia and Putin's talk of nuclear weapons. We'll be looking at the open border, Obama's executive orders, as we just track a criminal political establishment that really has a score to settle with the free market in America. They want to rule this country. They want Cloward and Piven to wreck it so they can run it and pose as the saviors. Larry, you were getting into hundreds of millions of dollars being sent to Hamas, and then Hamas launching attacks on Israel, and then Israel looks like the bully, and there was superior weapons bombing, the combatants. But just looking at it coldly, not emotionally, what is the point of Hamas attacking Israel, knowing they're going to lose, A, and B, it is a leftist cause celeb at the UN, everywhere else. I have leftists call me all the time, and they say, are you upset about dead Palestinian kids? I go, yeah, I am. I don't like seeing dead children. This is terrible. Do you care about 300,000 dead Syrians, mainly Christians, killed by al-Qaeda, being backed by Obama and John Kerry? And they just, shut up. You work for Israel. I mean, who's going to speak up for the Christians? It's like just all the left will talk about is Hamas and Israel, as if that's the only thing on the planet. Larry Klayman.
Well, then the left doesn't like Moses or Jesus any more than it likes Moses, okay? The fact is, Israel is the land of Christians and Jews. The fact is, Christians have been killed in Israel by Hamas. The fact is, this president is supporting his brothers, his Muslim brothers, in the Middle East, and he's funneling money. And you're going to see more of it now under the pretext that now we've got to rebuild Gaza. This money is being used against Christian and Jewish interests and American interests, and Obama's furthering it. I filed a lawsuit yesterday. You can find it at freedomwatchusa.org. And we charged Obama and Clinton and Kerry and the UN Secretary General of criminal racketeering in a civil context. So, we're making a point here. And this president is simply not patriotic to this country. He does not care about this country. It's not a question of playing golf. He wants to dismantle this country. He wants us to pay reparations for past discrimination. Granted, that was bad. that needed to be rectified. But he believes that it's time to pay back his people, and his people include African Americans and Muslims. And everybody else can go be damned. And I hate to say it that straight up, Alex, but someone's got to start saying it, you know? I'm a civil rights lawyer in part, okay? I'm a Jewish Christian, okay? I understand what discrimination is. It's terrible. You know, our people were enslaved back with the pyramids. But it doesn't mean you destroy the country because you're going to have to do a payback. And that's what this guy's doing.
Well, look at how Al-Qaeda and ISIS is killing the moderate Muslims all over the Middle East. Where is the left on that? That's all I'm saying is that I'm sad 2,000 Palestinians died in all this, but I wasn't part of it.
You know what? I'm sad too, but the reality is the Palestinians elected Hamas in Gaza, and they elected a terrorist organization. And as a result of that, they have to take responsibility for doing that. And that's their problem. They can get Hamas out of there. They didn't have to vote them in, and they've got it. Just like we have to bear responsibility for Obama and what he's done. Maybe we're going to have to make amends to the rest of the world.
Sure. I mean, I get what you're saying, but they'll never talk about hundreds of thousands of Christians being slaughtered by people.
No, of course not. When did you ever hear Obama talk about that? Maybe once or twice in passing in 6 years? The man doesn't consider himself a Christian. The man has an antipathy towards Christians. There's this pastor in Iran that's been rotting in Iran prison now for years. He's just one of many. You know, read this complaint because we documented in detail that Obama is, in terms of what he feels in his heart and the way he acts, totally Muslim, even though he's only one half Muslim by birth. He was raised in Muslim schools. He is praising terrorist organizations like the Islamic Society of North America repeatedly. He wears a ring that says, "My only God is Allah." You can go.
By the way, that's really true.
It's been documented.
It's on record, but I always thought that was to manipulate Muslims to follow him or something. I tell you, this is really getting weird. Look, we got to get you back for a full hour if you can do it soon, Larry.
I'd love to, Alex. I mean, we need to tell it like it is. We can't be parsing it anymore. We just can't.
Let me just briefly get this out there, though. You're on the forefront of exposing the IRS from day one. Will anybody get in trouble for that as it's proven they've destroyed the evidence? Lois Lerner, the rest of them.
Well, we're working on those. I might say Judicial Watch is my former group. I have run Freedom Watch now. I founded Judicial Watch. And they were the ones that uncovered those emails, and I applaud them for doing that. You know, and one quick point, Alex. Why couldn't the Government Reform and Oversight Committee, with their subpoena power, and they can also file FOIA, get those documents? Why does Judicial Watch have to do that? It tells you that we don't have a Republican Party that's for real up there. I mean, they're good on getting on Fox News. That's about it. And it's time for the American people to rise up and do it for themselves, because our country, as you pointed out, is hanging by a thread. It's beyond imagination.
Why are these elites doing this when America's wealth and freedom made them so fabulously rich? Why would they want to shut off our power plants, open our borders, bankrupt everything? Just what a bunch of nasty, nasty people.
Well, look, in Washington, D.C., there's no recession in Washington. It's, you know, I lived there for 20 years. I still go back there a lot. I spend at least a third, half of my time there. The fact is there's so much money to divide up. They're cutting up the pie, the Democrats and the Republicans. So why rock the boat? We just get fat and happy and rich, and the American people will be damned. You know, Louis XVI, après moi le déluge, I speak French. After me, the flood. And that's what's happened. They don't care what's going to happen to this country. To them, it's the power game. And, you know, even the Peter Kings of this world who think it's fine for the NSA to get into all of our underwear, so to speak, you know, our phone records, our internet, and everything else. This is so they can remain in power. And the rest of the country, you know, just go to hell. We're in charge. And, you know, I've had it, and I like to be able to express myself with the American people because it's time that we do rise up, and I've been advocating peacefully. But there will come a time when if things don't work, we're back to 1776, and we're not far away from it.
Well, they plan to push us into that position, and that's why they're militarizing the police. William Binney seconded what your lawsuit proved, the former fourth in charge of the NSA, that it's a totalitarian takeover system to suppress legitimate political action. We are in the hands of a radical revolution. We're the restorationists. We're the counter-revolution, and that's how they list us up there, with Bill Ayers and the rest of them. Just really an amazing group of people. I think it's important they know, though, that they're never going to get away with this in the end. In the end, there's going to be Nuremberg-style trials for these people and the collaborators that tried to bring in this criminal system. I mean, does your gut tell you we're going to end up winning in the end, Larry Klayman?
It does. You know, I have a lot of faith, and I am an optimist, or I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, and you wouldn't either. As Thomas Jefferson said, when the people fear the government, there's tyranny. When the government fears the people, there's liberty. They need to start fearing us because they're going to have to answer to us at some point.
All right, Larry Klayman, thank you so much for joining us. FreedomWatchUSA.org. We'll talk to you again soon.
God bless them. Bye.
Thank you. We're almost out of time for this Sunday edition. Larry Klayman has defended the Second Amendment, fought carbon taxes, done so much good. And whether you agree with him on the Israel situation or not, I look at it from the outside to see the manipulation. Why are both sides being funded to have conflict? Well, it's good for the crisis managers to stay in control. They want a society based on crisis that they control, problem, reaction, solution, instead of a society based on open, free systems. And they're exacerbating tribal warfare between East and West in Ukraine, the same globalist interest. Same stuff going on in Israel and with Hamas and the Palestinians. Both sides have beefs and grievances. I'm not in their fight. I don't have a dog in those fights. I just don't want to be financing either side of it, like Rand Paul says. I don't want to be involved in this. I want my Constitution, my Bill of Rights, my republic back. And that's why I'm here with the Sunday broadcast. That's why we do the nightly news 5 nights a week at 7 o'clock Central, weeknights. That's why I have a 3-hour radio show weekdays. It's why I work so hard. Because I know the only thing that allows evil to triumph is that good men and women do nothing. I know we can take this world back by caring and by being as informed on politics and geopolitical matters that are so incredibly interesting as we are on fantasy football. I've got so many friends who don't even exist this time of year because they're too busy forming their fantasy football leagues. I mean, is that what life was all about? What consciousness was all about? A bunch of bread and circus jokes? Now, before we end this hour, please remember we are listener supported. We don't get money, $400 million of taxpayer dollars like NPR. We don't get stimulus money like MSNBC. You buy the high-quality water filters, pro-gun T-shirts, high-quality supplements, you name it, at InfoWarsStore.com, and that funds the InfoWars.com platform. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. Please pray for peace, pray for justice, and the people's eyes be opened, and pray for InfoWars. God bless you all. Great job, crew. Lord willing, see you back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central. After consulting top doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, and others, we have developed what I believe is the ultimate non-GMO organic Super Male Vitality formula. Super Male Vitality by InfoWars Life is so powerful that I only take half the recommended dose.
I jump out of bed ready to fight these criminals every day. I look forward to waking up and taking my Super Male Vitality.
Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality and other powerful products from InfoWars Life.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor just won't quit.